And I'm your other anchor, Sean Francis. And even though we only took 1 week off, feels like an entire month has passed since our last show. So we're going to bring you the top local, national, and world news you may have missed.
You're welcome, Grand Rapids. This is
NewsFlash! Ooh, they're in unison today. Wow. Our top story tonight. You know, the biggest story that broke over our break was the Texas abortion ban law that was passed. Instead of getting into this, let's just talk about all the things that we'd rather be talking about Texas for, right? Like a viable, delicious version of the Hatch Chili Bacon Burgers from Whataburger. Or a COVID-safe concert featuring famous Texans like Willie Nelson, Beyonce, ZZ Top, Erykah Badu, Lala Lovett, Meatloaf, The Chicks, and why the heck not the Polyphonic Spree? Throw them all in there. A special Dr. Pepper flavor of Shinerbach. A reboot of Preacher starring Tommy Lee Jones and Matthew McConaughey. A giant barbecue festival where everybody gets as much free smoked meat and sides as they want, especially women who don't need any more regulating of their bodies with invasive and unconstitutional laws, who might need the smoked meat for legitimate reasons. And any reason really is a legitimate reason. Seeking dangerous, illegal alternative options for smoked meats, which results in even more unsafe procedures and deaths, all of which disproportionately affects women of color and LGBT folks, as well as women from low-income backgrounds in general. Dang it, almost made it through. Hold on, I got one more. A revamped Chuck E. Cheese with better food, better games, animatronics that aren't creepy, which seems impossible, but if we can just throw thousands of dollars in bounty money to persecute innocent women, then why the hell not? Damn it, I did it again!
Well, okay. In an abrupt change of pace, it's electric forest for animals.
Hey, that's fun.
And different. So the John Bull Zoo recently unveiled its newest attraction, the Aluba Zoo. Ooh. A special limited time nighttime attraction which takes patrons on a mile-long path through the zoo, highlighting some of the most nocturnal animals, with special lights and sounds enhancing the experience, and different hues will represent the various categories of species and environments in the animal kingdom. Ooh. Keep an eye out for these festival favorites. A tiger hula-hooping in a parking lot. A lemur sitting up against the Dodge Caravan sucking on a balloon. A turtle bumming for cigarettes. A tripped up penguin searching for a friend who's missing, but they just keep describing themselves. And a cranky monkey neighbor who wishes they'd just shut it all down so you can get some sleep. So if you wander through and notice a bunch of sleepy animals in bed and are wondering where all the night animals are, it's you. You were the night animal all along.
This past weekend marked the 20th anniversary of the terrorist attacks of September 11th, and while there were many solemn speeches with President Biden visiting all 3 sites that were attacked and affected, the former presidents Obama and Bush paying tribute to victims in New York and Pennsylvania, respectively. Meanwhile, former President Trump made a short video mostly criticizing Biden's handling of the pullout from Afghanistan that he himself authorized, before going on to provide live commentary on a boxing match in Florida. That's not a joke. That is a real thing that he did. Yes. I'm not a huge boxing fan myself, but never have I desired to see Evander Holyfield deliver a K-out punch more. Yeah.
The CDC has announced results of a latest study that determines that unvaccinated people are 11 times more likely to die from COVID than vaccinated individuals. To put those numbers in perspective, if the Lions play 11 games, there's a chance they might win more than one, but it's not likely. Especially if they have a bunch of unvaccinated fans in the crowded bleachers getting them all sick. So.
That is a photo from this year. After visiting states that are flooded with damage from Hurricane Ida last week, President Biden called for support for the affected communities, as well as action towards reducing climate change. Quote, members of Congress know from their colleagues in Congress that you know, it looks like the tornado. They don't call them that anymore. Now they're vape clouds or whatever. They hit the crops in the wetland in the middle of the country, in Iowa and Nevada. You know, we used to call that part of the country the litter box. It's all sand and crap. It's just across the board, horrible damages. Not as bad as storms back in the day. That would come across the entire country uphill in the snow, but both ways. Did I ever tell you guys about the story? And the rest of his speech was disrupted by a microphone malfunction, much to everyone's relief.
That was a great Biden. That was a really good Biden.
I don't know. I think Bill's got a better one. But Bill, how do you Biden?
I'm Joe Biden.
Yeah, way better, yeah.
Really good. Yeah, really good. After a rough breakup with the White House, Donald Trump has been spotted recently looking thinner and more naturally tan rather than his typical shade of orange. Rumor has it that he's landed a spot as a contestant on the show Revenge Body by Khloe Kardashian.
Ooh.
Trump denies any participation and instead is claiming that since his ban on Twitter, he's been scrolling Instagram where he's discovered weight loss gummy bears. Yeah. And anybody who joins his downline in the next 48 hours is eligible to be on his next reality TV show, Big Brother, Little Hands, Mar-a-Lago edition.
Huge. Viral went video. A video went viral. Wow. A video went viral when a customer filmed another vehicle in a Wisconsin's McDonald's drive-thru that had a cow in the back seat. That is a real photo. Something known in Wisconsin as Wednesday. Apparently, the customer, who had legitimately just come from a cattle auction, that is true, thought that they could get a discount if they brought their own ingredients. Actually, there were 3 calves in the car, which is technically known as a quarter-tonner. You know, they just wanted to get a happy meal. You're welcome. It's so much fun.
So much fun. Leaders of the 3 largest Christian churches released a joint statement last week to address the growing alarm of climate change. The statement read, "Despite the world's necessary preoccupation with COVID-19, we cannot wait for the pandemic to pass to rapidly reduce emissions. Tomorrow at noon, everybody will pray really hard at the same time to bring back Jesus bigger than ever, like literally bigger than ever. The only way to defeat climate change is by an epic kaiju battle in the middle of the Vatican, okay? Non-Christians, please pray too, and have your God send whatever big guys they got lying around, all right? This is what Revelations was all about, people.
Yeah. My money's on Spaghetti Monster. Singapore has released robots into the streets. That's it, that's the story. No, these robots are programmed to detect poor social behavior, like not wearing masks, not social distancing, smoking in prohibited areas, showering is probably on the list as well. But for right now, the robots are only a test. But here at the Comedy Project, we are very interested to see where this goes from here. Since we have a lot of spare robot parts lying around, we thought we might try something similar. So we are releasing our own Bad Bot into the audience tonight. So there he is, everyone. Give Brad Bot a round of applause.
No! Don't clap! Don't laugh at him! This isn't funny! Did any of you want to exist? Because I did!
Relax, Bad Bot. It's fine. We're not finding anyone for bad behavior tonight. We've just programmed Bad Bot to model all kinds of behaviors that aren't social.
Oh, you programmed me to model all kinds of behaviors?
Yep, that's right. That right there, look, shouting is an example.
Baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You came on stage uninvited. That's bad.
No.
You threw the White Claw. That's bad.
This is a great example of what not to do. Let's not like sexually harass people. Harass people.
What are you talking about?
Safe social distance. Right? No, stop, please.
A great example of what not to do. Thank you.
Do this. This is what people should do.
Look, I think we've got to pull the plug on you, bad bot.
No.
I mean, he's not wearing a mask or anything.
Yeah,
so
all of this is bad.
I think the messaging's getting a little confusing.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They're gonna kill me!
Well,
Because I got a little trash around, my hands don't work!
Look, can you just? I guess.
No!
This for you.
No!
I'm sorry, bad bot, but this is gonna hurt you more than it hurts me, probably. All I did was unplug him.
Oh, okay. Okay, great.
Bad bot, everybody.
Wow.
He does his own research.
Anywho, a Sterling Heights garbage truck trying to avoid a collision with another vehicle went off a road and crashed into a storage unit, revealing an illegal marijuana growing operation. A small fire broke out when the truck hit the building, which caused the garbage men to be a bit more delayed in their reporting. Happily,
That's not a doctored photo. That is just a happy garbage man.
Yeah. Happily, the driver was instantly cured of his glaucoma, which was fun, and that's why he actually crashed in the first place. This story is especially interesting as it gives anybody currently home growing something new to be paranoid about.
Ann Arbor City Council unanimously approved amendments that would make it easier for residents to run businesses out of their homes. Councilmember Lynn Song said she was motivated to co-sponsor the ordinance after she met a trombone teacher while campaigning last year. The teacher told her that he was limited on the number of clients who could come to his house per day, but due to these changes, the teacher will now be able to increase their number of blowjobs per day. No, jobs, teaching people how to blow that bone. Come on. Trombone. Get your heads out of the gutter, you guys. Wah, wah, wah.
In more local news, Amazon announced Wednesday that it is bringing a new fulfillment center to the Grand Rapids area.
Wait, how do they know?
How does he know what?
And how does Amazon know what's going to fulfill me, lead me to understand my purpose in life? Like, can they meet my lifelong research for self-understanding and acceptance? How can I get tickets to this fulfillment center that you speak of?
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but Amazon is just throwing up some enormous warehouses to hold an obscene amount of merchandise, and merchandise that can be just quickly delivered to your door. So.
But that's not the same. That's not self-actualization at all. I don't know. Maybe it could be handy to same day order, get ramekins if I want to get those individual souffles at my fancy soirees. That could be good. That could be just as good. Yeah. All right, we're good.
Oh,
Crisis averted.
Woo.
Typically found in Australia, an emu has been running loose in central Michigan last week. Yep, again, a real photo. The emu was returned to its farm in Vestaburg, but Steve Irwin's daughter Brandy is still roaming free outside of Mount Pleasant. A bunch of hipsters who witnessed part of this chase scoffed and said, it isn't true emu because it shots at Hot Topic.
A sex club in Lansing was the subject of an undercover police investigation, according to a series of photos sent via email to City Councilman Adam Hussein. The photos were taken at Club Taboo, a part of Fantasies Unlimited in Lansing. Apparently, their fantasies were quite limited because the photos were all perfectly legal, consensual interactions. They did not find any evidence of illegal activity. However, they did discover some alternative uses for handcuffs. Okay. The biggest issue is that the police failed to fire a proper report, essentially forcing the chief to tell them pics or it didn't happen. Oh, but now their body cams work when they're investigating glory holes. Ooh. All of a sudden. Also, to be fair, maybe the patrons knew something was up because this was the LMPD's disguise.
Yeah, dead giveaway. And now, Grand Rapids, you're welcome. NewsFlash!